Yo, yo, yo!
Yo, man.
Yo, welcome to Always Dance videocast. I'm Jonathan. We've got
Oh, shit.
young Felix.
Yo, I'm Felix,
Yeah.
aka bboy Felix.
Okay. So I'm here with bboy Felix, and we're just gonna be just gonna have just a quick sit down, a quick chat to find out a little bit more about Felix, life in dance, business, yeah, and just life in general. So I'm gonna hit you with a few questions. Firstly, welcome to the videocast. Welcome to Always Dance.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
No worries. And I want to know, obviously, what's your actual name? We know Felix is your dance name, but what's your actual name?
My actual name's Felix Clements. Originated from Reading. Well, yeah, I live in Reading. You know what I mean? Just trying to rep the local scene whenever I go out and battle, really.
And how long have you been living in Reading?
All my life. So 17 years old at the moment. Turning 18 this year, but yeah, I don't want to get into major details, you know what I mean?
Okay. So you're going from a boy to a man, boys to men. Over that course of your life. Fantastic. So you're 17. So, you know, are you repping a crew at the minute? Are you dancing as part of a dance company at the minute?
At the moment, I'm repping Urban Styles, adult crew at the moment. And I'm also doing a lot of breakdance teaching for them and building up the local kids and stuff like that in the scene, just to make sure they bring up them right and stuff like that into the actual local scene and beyond, rather than just restricting them to one local scene at the moment.
Okay. So you say obviously you are a breaker. I want to know, how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since I was probably about the age of 11, but I started off doing all styles, everything I could get my hands on basically. Just start like.
So when we say all styles, what sort of thing do you mean?
All styles, basically. First of all, I started off like how you do, just doing choreography and stuff like that. But then I wanted to learn more in depth of the actual like styles. So like funk styles, like popping. Locking, like I even did like a stint like where I focused on crump for a little bit. Not a lot of people know that, but I was training non-stop crump, but like I just wanted to build on something new, so that's when I found breaking, and then I could express myself the way I wanted to in that time.
So how exactly did you start out? How did you come across dance?
Well, blimey. So basically, I was one time. I literally in year 6. I remember it. I literally saw a breakdance class that Libby Putney was running, and I was just looking at it. It must have been for about 5 minutes, just looking through the school doors, just looking in there. I was like, oh, I wanna be able to move my feet like that. I wanna be able to get down. You know what I mean? And just doing like, and then I just walked in, and then it was like, oh, you here for the street dance class? I was like, no, but I wanna like get involved with it. And she was like, oh yeah, just come down to the next like breakfast club that she's doing, and then it just started from there really, just doing like those little thriller dances, Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Just learning from her, and then literally I've been through so many different crews, learning different styles of dance. It's actually been quite a big journey for me. Like, so I went from strictly street, Libby Putney, teaching there, doing choreography. That's where I learned some of my first ever like how to lock. And then I went to different workshops that they put on and stuff like that with Popsy and DVJ, and just learning from them, because they are big. Like they're like, at first I actually looked up to them, just because obviously they've been dancing since they were like 5. So I saw the journey they've been through, and I wanted to sort of try and like imitate that sort of thing, but not.
So how many styles would you say that you do?
At the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I do all styles.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's basically however I react to the music, I dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm talking, how many technical styles can you dance?
At the moment, I would say
Mm-hmm.
that I can dance breaking predominantly.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Oh man, wait, was that Connor?
Mm.
Oh, I said, can we start again? Oh my god,
Okay.
my mind's gone blank, man. Oh.
So how many styles could you say that you dance?
At the moment, yeah. So at the moment, I would say that from taking workshops and dancing, I'd say that I'm predominantly a breaker, but I can also dip in and out of different styles. So I could say I can pop,
Mm-hmm.
I can lock,
Yeah.
I can do hip hop.
Yeah.
But through that time of crumping,
Mm-hmm.
I've sort of I wouldn't say that I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the feeling of it doesn't feel right for me doing it.
So it doesn't feel right in your body?
In my body.
Okay.
Because some people do it and they laugh at it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know what they're going through when they're dancing. It's like people say it's an angry dance, but it's not. It's just them being passionate about what they do and telling the different stories, going in and out of the different movements and stuff like that. So literally I just don't think they're just expressing themselves, but they're not. It's not an anger management dance, basically.
So what is your favourite style of dance?
My favourite style of dance at the moment is breaking, just because I've been on that journey through doing different styles, learning different things, but it's the one that stuck with me the most, and the one that I enjoy more, because I can literally it's something that I just feel, and when I watch it, like not just the power moves, I don't like watching power moves, that's not the way that I was taught. I've always been taught to dance and feel the music and not do any of the acrobatic stuff, although I do like to flip and stuff like that, and I can do power moves, but I don't like to use them because I like to dance and feel the music, and just literally just get down, do top rocks, footwork, but I don't really like adding them in, you know what I mean?
So what do you experience when you're dancing? What do you feel like when you're b-boying? What's your feeling?
When I'm b-boying, literally, I feel like I can just express myself in a way, because like usually I'm not really a loud person, so when I dance, it actually like.
Do you know what I mean? It's been a bit of an introvert.
It makes me literally. Literally when I was at school, I always kept my head down. I didn't really talk to people, but like when I entered one talent show, it must have been in about year 8, and then people started to talk to me like properly and be like, oh yeah, like showing an interest in dancing. But before that, I was literally just getting down, writing, going home, practicing. Going to NCP car park when I was about the age of 11, you know what I mean?
And what?
And yeah, literally NCP car park, that's where I would say that I started properly doing styles, properly getting down, properly enjoying myself throughout dance.
So what was the feel? Was it just buzz? Was it energy? Is it joy? How would you describe it?
I would say it's my only way to express myself and speak to someone through dance, because like usually I'm literally just like the hi, how you doing, what you've been doing in ages, but like when I'm at dance, literally it's just a way that I can just like speak to someone but not actually speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just see someone You just like grooving with them,
Yeah.
and just by then you can just be like, oh yeah, like how you doing, and stuff like that. And I've always like dance has become like my life now. At the moment, dance and events has literally took over my life.
And what do you think? What for you are the benefits of dance?
Well, at the moment, like, because I'm a PE teacher at the moment, it keeps me nice and fit, and it's like something where I can just take just the benefit. Literally, it just takes me to a different place where I can literally just think only about the dance, nothing about anything that's going on in my life. Just get out of it. If I'm having like stress at work, stress at home, anything like that, it just takes me to like a calm place where like I can just be myself. Because I never thought that I could actually be myself around like school friends. That's why predominantly people are like, why don't you have mates like that don't really dance and stuff like that? And like, because I can't express myself to them in a way that I can.
They don't get you.
Yeah, you don't get me.
No, they don't.
They don't get me basically. So then like when I speak to someone who dances, like I feel like I'm on the same level, and we can like all talk about different things. Like even like I have friends, they like through dance and through life. You know what I mean? Like they can express the dance with me, you know what I mean? Whereas someone maybe who I just see at school or something like that, they won't know the training that I've been doing and stuff like that, and how like
they won't know your journey.
Yeah, they won't know my journey throughout life basically, just because I feel that I have to contain something from that, and literally just express myself.
So I wanted to ask you about some of the people who've influenced you. So, what's the biggest influence in your life?
At the moment, my biggest influence is my mum and dad at the moment.
Fantastic.
Because my mum and dad basically, actually the first time that I experienced the fact that I wanted to dance was when my mum and dad told me that they did like salsa classes at the Globe, the Jazz Cafe and stuff like that, doing different salsa classes and stuff like that, and literally like I saw them like dancing in like the kitchen, just they put on like some music and they're just doing like some partner dances. I was like, oh, that's something that like I could enjoy. Like later on in life, and it's just literally I just stuck with it, and like they're the people that they're like, oh yeah, I'm impressed with what you're doing and stuff like that. They actually can see the progression that I've gone through, and like through the hard times.
So they always encouraged you.
Yeah, always encouraged me, man. Literally, and like although sometimes they're not at the events, but I know that they're always messaging me saying, how are you getting on? Are you okay? Is everything cool with what you're doing?
So you've always had that support?
Yeah, always had that support.
And who's been your greatest influence in terms of dance?
In terms of dancing? There's been so many influences. Like,
just give me the biggest one.
The biggest influence at the moment. I would say I wouldn't say that I have an influence. I wouldn't say that I have one certain person. I don't look to have influences because then I become that person. I then just want to take it my own way, my own steady pace, and what I want to do and progress in. So I would say that I don't have anybody that I look up to.
No choreographers or anything like that?
No.
Okay. What do you think it takes to be a good dancer in your eyes?
Basically, anybody that can just feel the music, because at the moment, like you see people dancing, but they're not actually feeling the music. Like, because obviously people teach groove and stuff like that. We talked about this earlier. People teach groove, but they have their own style of grooving. There's 3 different like factors. You have like people watching YouTube videos. They're too rigid. They don't actually teach you how to groove. And number 2, if you ever go to a workshop, they'll teach you the fundamentals of how to groove, but you've got to feel it in yourself. The third one, you've got to feel it in yourself, the music, to like actually groove down to it. And because obviously people have different ways of getting down. You have poppers, you have breakers. They're different styles, but you should always have that dance aspect coming through it. Like you should always be able to dance a different style. Like, because I mean I see people doing power moves, but they've got 2 left feet when it comes to dancing. Like they can like do air flares, do flares, but they can't actually. They don't experience.
Can't 2-step.
Yeah, they can't 2-step. They can't feel the actual. They can't feel the beats. Like although they may be on beat, they can't. They can't express themselves.
Express themselves within the rhythms.
Yeah, within the rhythms, they can't properly dance. In fact.
So let me move on to your music. Let me move on to your iPod. If I can hijack your iPod.
Yeah.
And have a look at it. What's your musical influences?
Mainly, you'll find a lot of just complete and just beats rather than singing, because I try and get away from the charts. I've got nothing in the charts on my iPod. Like you look at my SoundCloud, I've got people like Lean Rock, DJ Fleg. I've got people who've made a SoundCloud and just put select drum beats on there, and they've just put like maybe saying beats that's going like just different drum beats, just so that I can so that I can like hit the beats and actually feel like my favourite style of music at the moment is just pure funk, just because that's what hits me like straight away. Like if something comes on like a funky beat, say James Brown came on right now, I'll be jumping up on this table doing like slides and stuff. Actually, yeah, like praying, you know what I mean? Just
good for it.
Yeah. It's a little slide, you know what I mean? And just
right.
literally just feeling the beat, like, because I mean James Brown is like he's one of a big musical influence of mine. I always try and like think what would he do and how would he perform it, because he was a performer first and foremost.
Hardest working man in show business, they say.
Exactly. He worked hard to where he got to, and that's where I wanna, like, I've worked hard.
So what are the 3, if I went to your iPod again, what are the 3 favourite tunes on your iPod right now?
The thing is, I don't remember names of tunes. I only go through.
You go through certain playlists.
It goes through certain playlists. Like people say big names, like obviously I've said DJ Lean Rock, Fleg, and stuff like that. But there's inside beats that people don't hear, that people have made up themselves, but are actually like really good. And I just find that those beats hit you more harder than the actual mainstream stuff in the scene, because you find that you have the saxophone, you have it different broken down.
What's your favourite music video right now?
I've always been a fan of the what's it called?
Where you from? Missy Elliott?
No, it's like the old school. Like I can't remember what it's called. Like the Poison. The Poison music video is one thing that I've always watched, literally just because like, and also Will Smith is another dance promotion, because he can't take himself seriously, like, and that's what I like about someone, if they can literally just get down. Like, I mean, you see Will Smith in all the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air just getting down and having fun.
But he was a good dancer.
Yeah, he was a good dancer. And still is a good dancer. And literally, and it's nice that he's getting his kid into that as well. Like, and that's what I live for. I live to get the next generation. Obviously, I'm still the next generation.
You're the first generation.
Getting the next generation up. You know what I mean? Just so I can see their progression.
And that's awesome. I've got some quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
One or the other. So quick fire round. So dancer, born or made?
Born.
Nice face or great body?
Great body.
Freestyle fiend or choreo cookie?
Freestyle fiend.
Apple or Samsung?
Samsung.
Ooh, got to dance or ABDC?
ABDC all the way.
London or Paris?
Paris.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Beyonce.
Seychelles or Barbados?
Barbados.
Jay-Z or Drake?
Drake.
Skateboard or roller skates?
Skateboard.
Skiing or snowboarding?
Snowboarding.
I knew you were going to say that. Right, so just, you know, I mean, you've said some really, really interesting things, obviously connecting on the, you know, the love and support that you had from your parents, you know, when going into dance, sort of music you listen to, and the way that you're looking for fringe artists to give you that, influence and give you that, you know, that push to find new dance angles. I think that's incredible. What about your mindset? I mean, there's things to do with your sort of emotional support and dance, but what about your mindset? Like, how do you keep motivated in dance? A lot of people, you know, would give up when it gets hard. How do you stay motivated?
Well, I've been in a lot of places where I wanted to give up and stop and just continue, because I've had a lot of decisions in my life when it's come to dance. Like, I've played hockey.
Mm-hmm.
I've played football. I started off playing football, but it's always come back to, because I get to a level in football with a football team, and then I had to quit that and I've stick by dance. I got called up to train with the south of England for hockey. I've always gone back to dance, just predominantly because it's the only way that I can stick with it and progress myself with my mind, just to have a peace of mind that I'm always gonna be able to groove, even when I'm older. Like, hockey,
at my age?
Yeah, like, at 35, this man
still on the groove.
Still grooving
Still
and getting down.
Just starting.
Yeah, just starting up his life journey with his wonderful wife. With his wonderful wife.
Wonderful wife.
There we go. Yeah.
Wonderful life with a wife.
This is the man to speak to.
How frequently do you train right now? How often are you training?
Not as much as I would like at the moment, because I'm just starting up my working life, obviously as a 17-year-old. But I've got big ambitions for where I want to be, because at the moment I'm a part-time PE teacher in primary schools, and when I go there, it's just like a place to like pass time and obviously get money and stuff like that. But it always comes back to the fact that when I go home, I do my work and then I dance. I'm always thinking about different moves, different sets. Even like when I'm sleeping, sometimes it keeps me awake just because I'm thinking of this different concept or different move that I can get down to. And even songs playing in my head, I'm just like, oh, this song is really, really nice. I'm just feeling it. And then like sometimes I'll just be about to go to sleep, and then I'll go downstairs and just put on the tune and just get down. Even when my parents are asleep, like they'll just be like, I'll put it on the quietest thing, just so I can hear it and just get down and groove to it. Like I'm one of those people that just dance whenever I feel like it, and I have that freedom to do it. Like, because not a lot of people can go downstairs and they're like in their bedrooms or wherever their dance place may be. I dance all around the house, like even when I'm in the shower. Like I'll
Careful, man, it's lit. Bust your head open there.
Yeah, health and safety. Do not try this at home.
Health and safety. Don't dance in the shower. You burst your head open.
But even then,
we're gonna laugh at you.
Even then, I always have to have music on when I'm in the shower.
So is there anything you've learned through dance that's helped you in your life overall, in your opinion?
It's taught me that I can be myself, first and foremost, and it's taught me that discipline that I wouldn't have gained like through just going to school. It's taught me how to interact with people on my level a bit more, and just like, because dance is social. No matter what people say, some people go to jams, they don't even speak to people, they just go into jams, do their thing, and go out. But I'm one of those people that always try and get the next little thing. Like, some like, you get those OGs that come to jams, and people have just, like, even if they're not OGs, they've been dancing for a while, like a long time, and it's just nice to find out what they think, because I love speaking to judges about what they look for, and for me, like, I want to get in. I think you should have. I think you should train yourself to get into that judging mindset when you're battling as well, just because you in yourself can judge yourself how the battle went, and even if when you're in the cipher. You can literally think about just things like spatial awareness and stuff like that. That's a lot of things what I teach my students as well. Like, when they go to jams, they need to be careful of spatial awareness, just because, like, you don't know who could be in a cipher at that point, or who could be at that jam at one point. Like, it's every time you go to a jam or an event or a training session. There's always people to speak to.
So it's understanding the etiquette.
Yeah.
Even when you're going to jams where you don't really know people, there's a way of doing it. So, give me 2 nuggets of information that you wish that you could have told yourself 5 years ago. Nuggets of wisdom. 2 nuggets. Very quick.
Basically, just be yourself throughout everything you do. And be at that mindset where nothing can stop you. You've burst through the roof. What you can do, literally, just live your life with no boundaries. Obviously, boundaries with the law, but obviously some people even break them. Just because, like, I mean,
live your life to the maximum.
Yeah, live your life to the maximum. Like, there's no point in stopping and waiting on a thing that you're not going to do for the rest of your life. I'm looking forward to, even though I'm 17, I want to get into the events business. I want to make sure the scene is alright.
We're gonna come on to that, actually. I understand, obviously, you put an event on recently.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was, even though I was there. Tell the viewers what it was, where, and what it was about.
Well, basically, me and some of the Breakdance Society, we've put on a jam called Style Never Stops, and it's been going for 3 years running now, and it's just we're just trying to get this to the next level now, and it was one of the most enjoyable but hard learning experiences of my life. Literally going through the stages of maybe not having enough money to put on the jam, always fundraising and stuff like that. It was a massive experience and learning curve in my life, actually. The actual jam, and it happened on the 20th of February, and we've literally been preparing it for 6 months. like people don't really like realise, oh yeah, they've just been planning it, maybe like a couple of meetings and stuff like that. But it was non-stop for 6 months. It took over my life, literally. I was always thinking about the next thing to do for the jam, everything. And when you're contacting these different judges, DJs, stuff, they can see where you're coming from, and even the host. And they want to support the scene, and they want to support what people are doing. And like, especially at this event, I connected with so many different people, and it's just a way of like producing for the scene at the moment. Because I think at the moment the Reading scene is lacking that enthusiasm that the rest of the world has.
Spark to change, spark to improve.
Yeah, and literally I'm just trying to, because I was speaking to a lot of the b-boys who were at Reading University back in the day, and they used to have events like All City Jam, where they used to invite people from all over the world to get down, and it was just a jam. It wasn't a competition or anything like that. You see the big competitions, they're good and everything, but
the level of dance, I remember going to one of those
Yeah.
All City Jams, and the level of dance, they had people there from Havakoro in
USA.
crew in the US, and the level of dance was absolutely scary.
Yeah, and that's
Frightening.
That's where I want it to get to by the time I'm finished. I want it to get up to that level where they took it, just simply because like I didn't make any money out of the Style Never Stops Falling Through. Like I'll openly admit that I didn't make any money from it. Like shout out to the sponsors though, Secret Drops and also Smugwear.
Shout out to Smugwear, Smiley Smuggler, we see you.
Yeah, Smiley Smuggler in the house.
Hey, not paid adverts. I'm only playing.
Yeah, man.
So that's wicked. Felix, thanks for the interview. At this point, you know, we've come to the end of our time here. Thanks so much. I'm gonna ask you gonna switch up the camera. I'm gonna ask you to do a quick 30-second freestyle. I'm gonna ask every single person who sits in this chair to do a little freestyle, a little freestyle in the kitchen of dance.
Yeah.
So we do that. Thanks so much. I've been here with Felix, Jonathan Felix. Always dance. Till next time.
Peace out, yo.